Oh yeah. So this is it. So you guys all know about the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis. This man has called for banning trans kids from playing in women's sports or whatever. He's trying to ban CRT from being taught in schools. Bah, it's a war against CRT, but really these people just want to they don't want to teach the real history of the United States to kids. And if you ask me, if a kid could learn about the American Revolution, the kid could learn about the Tulsa Massacre. It's really not about protecting kids. I mean, you're talking you teach them to hold a violent revolution in high regard, but then when it comes to the massacre of black people in the same fucking country, the same state, oh no, don't talk about that, don't talk about that. So ban CRT, ban trans kids, but he wants to put into the curriculum a bill. He wants to create a bill that talks about the evils of communism and totalitarian ideology. So you see the fucking... You really do see the... I'm missing all my words today because I'm jacked on caffeine and I'm actually very tired. But you really see the pattern over here. It's a war against trans people, it's a war against black people, and it's a war against communism. It doesn't become clearer than this. Anti-communism is always ruling class ideology. Yeah, anti-communism is a main feature of this capitalist reality, and of course, you know, fascism too. All right, let's hear what this fucker has to say.
A guide to curriculum can really provide a guide to how that should be done. The bill also expands our previous efforts in civics to add a requirement for the high school government class that students receive instruction on the evils of communism and totalitarian ideologies. We have a number of people in
Don't teach the kids about the Tulsa Massacre. Don't teach the kids about the MOVE building bombings. Don't teach the kids about the ongoing legacy that black people have to endure in the country of the United States. Don't talk about that. That's banned. You're not allowed to talk about that. What you need to talk about is the evils of communism. Dude, Florida is a fucking hellscape.
How would it be if the United States were viewed by the rest of the world as interfering with the elections directly of other countries? And then
Talk about projection, right, comrades? Holy shit.
everybody knew it. What would it be like if we engaged in activities that he is engaged in?
I love how he says, what would it be like, as if it's like this hypothetical that has never happened. The whole world sees the United States like this, don't worry.
Diminishes the standing of a country that is desperately trying to make sure it maintains its standing as a major world power.
God, this man is a fucking moron. Holy shit. Moving on to other news today, Toronto police clash with protesters as they try to clear Trinity Bellwoods Park homeless encampment. This also happened in Montreal recently, actually. A couple of weeks ago, there was a homeless encampment in Hochelaga neighborhood, and the cops just fucking destroyed everything, put all the tents in garbage trucks.
Police officers formed a line as they slowly worked their way through one of two encampments on the north and south sides of Toronto's Trinity Bellwoods Park.
Me, it's nice seeing Toronto residents get a little bit aggressive, you know what I mean? Fuck. Usually it's only in Montreal where shit goes down. It's good to see Toronto taking the lead a bit.
As bystanders pulled at fencing while shouting and chanting, police began evicting those who live here. People like Coco White.
I'm just in complete disbelief. I'm shocked. I never seen police being so aggressive.
Early Tuesday morning, police were brought in to help enforce trespassing notices, which were handed out 10 days ago. Between 20 and 25 people live here. The city has offered up indoor spaces like shelters and hotels with access to meals, mental health, and housing supports. But
you see, like a lot of people who like these homeless encampments, people who stay in these homeless encampments, like the city always says, oh, but we have places for you, we have shelters for you, we have this for you. Dude, a lot of those places are contingent on the fact of you have to be sober and shit like that. So a lot of people are like, fuck these places, so they want to have, you know, a place of their own. And this is good. This is good. They should allow for things like this to happen. The state should be putting money into things like this so they can have mental health care, all this kind of shit. Instead of just, you know, removing them, it's like, oh, okay, you created a solution for yourself, but we don't want it. Even though we offer nothing in return.
Many question the combative approach the city has taken, including this woman who was removed by officers from the South Camp.
That the city is failing us. Honestly, that's what it tells me.
Demonstrate.
The country is failing us.
At least 2 people were arrested and 1 woman was treated on site for allegedly being pepper sprayed. So Police Chief James Raymer.
A lot of the demonstrators that arrive, they come in the morning when they find out they're there just to obstruct and interfere.
They're there just to obstruct and interfere, dude. You know, you're there to obstruct and interfere. They're the ones that are going there to try to protect the homeless encampment to the best of their abilities without fucking getting arrested and having their lives ruined. Oh, this man is disgusting over
Our
here.
officers are there to ensure the safety of everyone involved, and that's all we're interested in. So for those that are there, please just stand by. Let the city workers and
Please just stand by and let us fucking remove all of these people who are just here chilling, living there, you know? Anyways.
the police do the job that they need to do.
But many who live
This is the job that police need to do.
in these encampments, which are made up of about 65 structures, don't want to move to city-run facilities, as they say they are not a safe option.
At least here they had autonomy, and they have autonomy still, even though the police have surrounded it.
Well, that's opposite of autonomy. But anyways, yeah, I'm down with what he said. Oh yeah, and just back on the indigenous thing, like there have been actions that have been taken in the wake of all of the finding of these mass graves and shit like that. Here's one example, comrades. Let's check it out.
In the early hours of the morning, members of the Penticton Indian Band spotted
Got a little bit of good news here.
flames as a Catholic church burned to the ground. A historic building in ashes, a shocking discovery, but for some, the end of a painful sight.
For me, it was almost like a relief that our children aren't going to be hurt anymore.
The fire is considered suspicious and under investigation by the RCMP. Tonight, the Penticton Indian Band wrote in a
Trust me, the RCMP probably put more resources into investigating this church fire than they did for the mass graves found all over the fucking country.
It's a place of faith, a place where they came together to worship as people of faith.
No, but it's not just that. It's not just a place where people come to worship. I mean, you gotta look at the historical context of what's going on. I hate these oversimplistic things. Like, yeah, I'm not down for just burning churches. I'm not against fucking religion. I'm not against Christians. I'm not against Jews. I'm not against Muslims. I'm not against any religion. But you have to understand that the context of this Catholic church being burnt down is on an indigenous reservation with all the history connected to that Catholic church, right? And now, obviously, in the past couple of weeks, it's been a big thing on the news in Canada, all over the world, about these unmarked graves that we're finding. So this is, you know, it's a direct reaction to all these kinds of things, and it's much more of an action than what the fucking Canadian government is doing, I'll tell you that, you know what I mean?
It's one of 2 churches in the Okanagan area that burned overnight.
2 churches burned overnight.
Officials looking into the fire on Asuyas Indian Band land say there are signs of arson.
There was some evidence around the perimeter of the building that would indicate perhaps a liquid accelerant was used.
Well, I don't know how fucking 2 churches would burn in one night just by chance, you know. So.
Our people are so traumatized right now in the aftermath of the Kamloops discovery, and now the burnt churches. Who's to say, you know, there will not be other similar types of incidents.
For now, investigators are looking for any information about how these churches ended up in rubble.
Some pissed off people burned them down. You're just gonna have to leave it at that. I highly doubt that they're gonna find anything connected to this, but that's to be seen.